and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Can I please have your attention?
Now showtime. Are you ready? Are you ready for start time?
Let's find out. Ready, let's go.
What's going on? What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I'm here. So today we are getting into it. You are here for the Look Like a Pro on TV challenge. What does that mean? We're going to be teaching you how to get ready to go out and do your thing for your people. So I am going to explain to you a little bit about what I do and who I am first, so that way you can shine. So first off, for those who don't know me, let's get into a little bit of who I am, why you should be listening to me, right? My name is Lion Flood. I'm a video content coach, and I am one who shows you how to show up on screen so you can show really good. Why should you listen to me? Well, let me show you a little bit about who I am, my background, why I do what I do, and what I love what I do. So this is an example of me. I have been in the film industry for the longest, right? Here's an example of me getting ready for the Good Morning America show many moons ago. Many moons ago, I was a young guy. That's my 9-year-old right there who wanted to be a doctor at some point. Okay, and then he wanted to learn and do some things like that. There's the fam again. There's the missus, the young son, the family. Right? Oh, love Family Guy. Family Guy. Okay, wife and son again. Here I am. I'm a speaker as well. I travel and I tour and I speak at organizations and whatnot. Bam, right? But here's something that's really cool that you can notice. Here I am in a nice jacket, shirt, bow tie, but then I've got on jeans and I've got on chucks. Here's another view of that, right? I am who I am, and that's all that I am. Popeye said it the best, right? I am who I am. That's all that I am. So take another look here. I've been on television, CW network, major networks. So when I'm telling you I understand a lot more about the um, industry, I understand a lot more about the industry. Okay. Um, Host for television network, right? Hosted television networks. Also professional entertainer. Vegas Unveiled, hosted more networks there. Weeknights at 10 p.m., late night talk show host here. As you can see, I hosted late night talk shows in Las Vegas, all around everything. So just kind of breathing through that quick. My son, myself, my wife have been featured nationally on Nightly News with Lester Holt, national television. There we go again, right? A few more of these. So you can see we featured nightly. There I go again, making people laugh. My late night show. There's an audience and everything there, so you guys can kind of see just a little bit about that right there, right? So just a little quick thing about myself of who I am, and to understand why I know what I'm speaking about when I'm talking on this right here, right? So, in essence, what this is, it's more of a beginner's kind of introduction to how to get better on camera and how to feel confident. I'm going to show you some unique methods to be able to do that. All right. If you have any questions, make sure you go ahead and throw them in the chat or have any comments. If you want to know something, let me know. Also, a great way to do that, a specific way to do that is to, oops, let's do this. There we go. Is to put a Q and then a colon and write your question right afterwards. Right, that gives us the ability to separate the comments from the questions. So let's see here. I want to make sure I get this up for you. There we go. All right. Yes, there we go. All right. So let's jump right into it. Oh, first off, before we even do that, tell me who you are, where are you coming in from? I like to get to know you all as well to ensure that we're kind of having that fun time while we're doing this and while we're learning. Okay. So let's see. Is that the one we want? No, 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 no. Let's get a different one. So let's log out of that one. And then we're going to go into the other one. And there we go. Yep. All right. There we go. We got it. All right. So let's jump into this here. I want to get straight to the point and show you what we're doing. All right. So we're doing the introducing to go live, show up, and show out with myself, Lion Flood. That's all right. Let me see. How do I do this again? Is it Shift Option? No. Going the wrong way. Shift Option. Nope. Oh, Shift. Oh, Shift Control. Shift Control. Yes, there we go. Getting that memory right. Shift Control. So, in our mini presence webinar, we're going to show you how to spice up your live life, right? Spice up your live, spice up your recorded videos, and we're going to get all of that going. Now, it's not easy as it looks, as some people may think and some people may see, but what we're going to cover today is quality lighting, show you how to get that quality lighting. We're going to cover camera placements, right? Then we're going to also cover backgrounds. And then we're going to end with a bonus, right? Just 3 simple things so that you don't get overwhelmed. Then tomorrow, we're going to be covering some other things specifically as well. We're going to be diving into audio and a couple other things as well. It's one of my favorite things. Okay. All right. So, what is next? Effective lighting and camera setup. What does it mean? If you can't be seen, people aren't going to really want to watch your videos, right? But you also want to make sure that you're seen correctly and you don't have too much harsh light. You don't have lights going this way. You don't have lights going that way. Okay. So we're going to be diving into that to show you how to do that. Now, one of the best ways I like to talk about it, and I was taught in class in school, is 3-point lighting setup. Just different ways, but that's a basic lighting setup. And let's show you what that looks like. All right. The 3-point lighting setup, you want to ensure that you have good lighting conditioning. Natural light is great, all right, and it's the best one that you can use the most often. But if that's not possible, invest in some soft, diffuse lighting sources, right? You want to avoid harsh lights, shadows on the face, as they can be distracting. I'll show you an example. On my right side here, I use natural lighting. I position my desk so that my back is against the wall and that the window is on my right side of the face. I know that at certain times of the day, that light will be centered. And if I go recording later on, guess what? The light shifts. And then now the sun starts to come here and casts a shadow on this side of my face, right? So I want to make sure I'm prepared for that. Okay. So now if we look in the center right here, we can see the camera. The yellow dot represents you. Then we have in front of you a key light and a fill light. Right? Behind you, we have a backlight. And I'll show you an example of how that looks in a second as well. Now, the backlight, some people call it a hair light and different things, even though I don't have any hair. But that is to give you a specific look. And I'll give you, matter of fact, I'll show you an example so you'll be able to see. So right now, I feel like I'm decently lighted. I'm good. But watch the difference when I turn off my fill light. Okay, check this out. So now you see, look, I'm still lighted, centered in my face right here, and that still looks good. But look, my fill light just went around from around me. Yeah, this still looks great. What do you think? Yeah, this still works, right? But look, now, look at the difference now with the fill light. Those are very, very important. things that you want to do. Okay. So with that, then I also now have the key light, which is my light that's centered here, my light that's centered here. And I'll show you a picture of those in a second. And I'll show you another look of that as well right here. So take a look. So as you can see, at a different angle, we have the subject in the center, right? The camera's in the front right there. There's the backlight, fill light, key light. And these give you an example of the degrees that you want to have them at. Make sure you take a screenshot of this so that you can keep this here as well, right? So you want your key light about 50 to 75%. You want your backlight to be diffused mostly, and then you want your key light to be about a 45-degree angle, right? So those are some examples that help you out. So my light that's in my key lights here, they're not straight on. They're not like facing me. They're up and then they're at an angle, right? So those are very, very important kind of things there, right? Your lights are very good. Next, let me check as well. Do we have any questions? Let me slow down as well. See if we have any questions. Make sure you type them in the chat. Ah, yes. All right. Let's see where we at. All right. So no questions yet. All right, great. So we'll keep rolling. If you have any comments, please don't be afraid. Throw them inside the chat. I absolutely love it. I want to see how you're doing. Let me see. All right. Put that right in there. All right. So next, what do we have? Camera placement. That's another important thing. Where we place the lights, very important. Where we place our camera is very important as well, especially if you have more than one, if you have two cameras, right? So look, here's what we're going to start to do. This is an example of someone doing a recording. At the distance, we're going to talk about how far away a camera could be for specific reasons, all right? But then we look at this camera placement here. The position of the camera at eye level or slightly above. This angle is generally the most flattering, and we know we want to be flattered and creates a more engaging connection with your audience. Now, if you can look as well, right next to him, you can see that light that's right there. That is also his key light, okay? It's filling in. Then he has his little soft diffusers there and everything like that as well, okay? Your camera can be close. It does not have to be far away like that. I usually suggest anywhere from 3 to 5 feet away if you're going to be doing a big wide shot, if your camera doesn't allow for it. But guess what? It literally could be an arm's length away. Oh, thank you so very much. We have my beautiful wife coming in and says, I love this great information. She always trying to butter me up. I'm telling you, it's Christmas time. She won a Michael Kors purse. That's what it is. So, but thank you very much for, I love this information. Bring that up so everybody can see that there. So, all right, great. All right, so now let's take a look at the next one here. So where are we at? Bam, there we go. So here's an example of kind of like what my setup is. Right, my camera is this close right here, and I do use a Sony. I suggest Sony's, but if your budget doesn't fit, we'll talk cameras at another time as well. But now, if you look at the two lights that I was referring to, you see how close they are. They are right behind the laptop, or excuse me, the desktop there. And if you see where the camera's at, and matter of fact, I'll even show you an example of what I'm speaking of, right? So here, if you look at my finger here, this is where, let's see. All right, so I'll just show you. That's where the computer is at, right where my hand is at. And this is where my camera is at. So my camera is up here. And if you look, as far as I go down, you will start to see that this is where my computer top is at versus here, right? So there's a big difference in where my top of my computer is to where the camera is, right? So when you look back at this right here, some may say, whoa, that's too close. No, it's all about your camera lens, how far it can make it look. My camera is very close, but it gives a big wide space right there, right? It looks totally different. Next, we have backgrounds. I want to talk to you about backgrounds because that is something that everyone thinks they got to get so fancy with. Can I tell you a secret? I hate those virtual backgrounds, especially in the Zoom meetings. You want to separate yourself from your competition, right? So you want to choose a clean and uncluttered background that doesn't distract from the presenter. Consider using a virtual background. Consider using surrounding yourself so that it's not ideal on what everyone else is doing, right? Take a look at the background here. They have three, I would say, plain, pictures there with a clock and a lamp and some plants right next to them. But it looks clean, right? It looks nice and neat when they get ready to do theirs and look at the camera position and where they're sitting at, right? So it doesn't have to be directly close, but that's a great setup. Let's take a look at another one here. This is one of my old backgrounds that you're looking at. Now, if you notice, I placed inside there that that is not a virtual background. It is not. And I'm going to show you an example of why that is not a virtual background here in just a second. But one of the reasons why I did that is because I was up against a plain white wall, but I wanted to spice it up. So I created this. What it is, ladies and gentlemen, is just a photographer's background from Amazon, right? Like 15, 20 some odd bucks. And I hung up the two pictures, what gave it some a little bit more context and a little bit more touch behind it, right? And that's my course right there, the VCA course. We'll talk about that on day 3, in which you have the opportunity to come and join and learn some great things there as well, right? But again, that's not a virtual background, all right? And same as the one that's behind me right now. So if I take a look right here and show you, okay, matter of fact, I'll bring that up so you can see it better. There you go, right? You can see that this is just a photographer's background. It's something that I put together and I got off Amazon. And I was like, let's rock and roll with this. So that's an example of a background right there so you can see it. Now, the next thing I want to talk to you about is your body language and your expressiveness with it, right? So let's take a look and see what that looks like. Your body language and your expressiveness. I don't want you just to sit in one spot and talk. I've been in too many meetings, too many webinars where the host just sits there and speaks and then just zone out, and your guest zones out, or people who are watching your content, they zone out, right? Because you're just sitting there talking. You want to be moving. You want to talk with your face. You want to talk with your hands. You want to have eye contact, right? That's another important thing. And it's a big thing with your eye contact. You want to look directly into the camera lens to create the impression of making eye contact with your audience and also constantly checking yourself on the screen. Let's see what that looks like, right? I'm going to show you an example of what that looks like. So here I am. I'm looking directly into you and I'm talking. But what happens with most people's mind is we see the person that we're talking to on the screen, or we think we're making a video and we're looking at the screen. And here's what it looks like. So, hey, how are you doing? You see the person's face there and you're talking, but you come up and you look. Now you eye to eye, Daniel-san, eye to eye. Okay? So that's a perfect example right there. So let's get back in there for 1 second. And we're going to talk about eye contact. I'm going to show you a quick video to show you a little bit more of what that expressiveness means when I'm speaking about that. Okay? So take a look at this. This is a meeting that I was in, and everyone is looking at the screen and they're talking and introducing and saying something. But if you look at myself, I'm looking directly into my camera, which gives such a better feeling where everyone is looking down at the screen. I'm gonna show you another one from people that I've worked with. Look at the difference and where they're looking at now. So check this out, right? Look at everyone's face. They're looking directly into the camera. And you see how much better that looks, how more professional that looks? Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Now, here's a little trick that I show. I'm going to give you the nugget for free. I usually charge for this, but I'm going to give it to you for free. Look what I did to force myself to learn how to do that. I took a Post-it note and I placed, look here. Sometimes it's as simple as things, right? So now I tell my brain, no matter what, do not look at that computer screen. Look into that little pinhole right there. Keep looking there. Yes, you can't see them. Your peripheral can see down at the screen, but look into that pinhole. It seems so simple, right? It's hard. It, it's tough. It's tough. Try it. All right. Let's take a look at the next thing here. Look at this video right here. And I want you to tell me what you're seeing. Do you notice the movement, the expression on the face, the smile, those eyebrows? Like, whoa, what? You can convey questions, you can convey emotions through that as well. But I want you to use a variety, though, of expressions to convey emotions and engagement. Smile when appropriate, maintain a pleasant, approachable structure, use hand gestures, purposely emphasize points to add dynamism to your presentation. But however, don't overdo it. Don't overdo it. Right? Don't give excessive gestures. Right? Just enjoy it, have fun, and be natural, be normal. Right? There's a part in the course here that's coming up with that as well. And then we're going to jump into a couple other things, right? Now, I want you to notice a difference. Look at the next video and watch what a person's looking at. And they try to frame themselves in a phone, like an iPhone or something, to make it look like they're speaking through the phone. But I want you to look at their eyes, okay? Check this out. Look at that. Do you notice the difference? Look where her eyes are at, right? She's looking down. She's, instead of looking directly into that pinhole, instead of looking at that post-it note that says, look here, right? They're looking down. So a small example that you're able to see the eye contact and the difference, stuff like that. All right. Next, we're working on voice and verbal skills. What does that mean? That tonality. You want to speak clearly. You want to speak with softness. You want to speak at a certain speed. Yes, those kind of things. There. Let's take a look and see. Enunciate your words and speak at a moderate pace. Avoid mumbling or speaking too quickly, as this can make it difficult for your viewers to understand you. Right? I know we get excited about a subject and we just start going off. We have to remember we're conveying information to people so that they can then take it in, absorb it, and then use our products, use our purpose, anything that we're doing. They want to make sure that we get it clearly, okay? But how do you fix that monotone voice, you ask me? People say, well, you want to vary your tone. You want to use vocal inflections to convey enthusiasm, keep the audience engaged, avoid speaking in a monotone voice like Bueller. Y'all remember Ferris Bueller, right? Which can be monotonous. And I'm going to give you an example of that. So I've been doing it this entire time, but I didn't point it out, so you might not have been paying attention to it. But let me show you. I kind of lulled you in with that Barry White slow talk. And welcome to 98.7 DJ. You know how I used to be late night on the radio show. Okay, let me stop. I'm aging myself. So here's an example. Let's say I'm going to, here we go. I have this product here. Matter of fact, I'm going to bring it so you can see me do it, right? I have this hand sanitizer here, okay? And I'm going to speak about it in just 1 second. Here we go. I'm going to show you two ways. You tell me which one you think is more effective. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I have this hand sanitizer. It's antibacterial. It can clean your hands. It has 70% alcohol, and you can get this for $2. What do you think about it, right? But now I'm going to do the same thing, and here we go. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I've got this hand sanitizer. Now, it's got about 70% alcohol in it, so that might be a little dangerous. I don't know, but it's got antibacterial. So guess what? It might work for you. Did you notice the inflection, the pace, the tonality, right? We brought it back down so that people were able to see it. Yeah. So that's how you fix it. You practice it. Every few words, you pause, you take a breath, and you say it to yourself, and then you bring it back up. then you come back down, you pause, and then you bring it back up. All right, so let's go to the next one. But you're going to learn to do that authentically. That's going to help you when you get on camera for your content. So you're not worrying about what do I say next? What do I say next? Or anything like that. Okay. All right. So next, pause for emphasis. Don't rush through your content. Pause strategically to allow your audience to absorb information and emphasize key points. Again, something I was doing with the demonstration, right? Hey, I have this hand sanitizer. It's about 70% alcohol, right? I have this hand sanitizer. I pause. It's about 70% sanitizer, but it's going to work for you, right? We bring it back up, right? You want to emphasize certain points. It has 70% alcohol in it, right? Versus has 70% alcohol. I'm still saying the same thing. You can still say it without all enthusiasm, right? So now it has 70% alcohol, right? Still pausing, doing certain things. Yes. All right. Next, bonus content. Option A, option B, red pill, blue pill. Which one are you going to choose? Let's get into it. You want to know your material. Ladies and gentlemen, you need to know your material. Be well prepared, knowledgeable about the content you're about to present. Confidence comes from knowing your subject matter inside and out. You want to know how to get over being fearful to get on camera is because you don't know what to say. You're thinking. But if you know your subject and you can talk about it every day, then your confidence level will skyrocket through the roof. So you want to make sure you know your material. Best practices: rehearse yourself, practice in front of a mirror, record yourself, go over and over again. But don't be too hard on yourself, right? People say, I don't like my voice. I don't like this. It doesn't matter. If other people like it and they're going to enjoy your content, they're going to know it, right? So it's going to help you get over the nervousness and everything like that. Be authentic. Authenticity, transparency, genuineness, matching expression over and over again. I'm going to tell you one big secret that helped me out. I started going live. I didn't do recordings anymore because every time I did a recording, I would record it 5, 6, 7, 8 times. Oh, I didn't like that one. Retake, take two. When I'm live, my audience knows I'm human. I'm going to make mistakes. I'm going to make errors. And they have grace for that. They forgive me for that. Yeah, they want to ensure that I'm doing great with mine. All right. So let's check again, make sure we have any more questions. And how are things doing? Let's bring this up. And I'm going to show you something here really cool. All right. So we have. Yep. Is this it? Is this it? Nope, 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 nope. Wait. I think I got it. I'm trying to log into a different one here because I want to show you all this one here first. I think that's it. Yep. Okay, yep, perfect. We got it. So for those who haven't joined in my other group, I gave out a free software that you could download, and it's going to help you in so many different ways. And it's called Notion. You can actually go get it now. I'll actually put a link in it here. It's free. You can use it for collaborations with other people as well, team members, anyone to help you with it. And I'm going to show you something using Ecamm that we got, and it's going to show you how simple it was for me to use it throughout the week to put my production out. Again, if you're not frazzled, you're going to show up on camera a lot better. You're going to show up like a pro because you've already prepared. 5 P's: proper preparation prevents poor performance, right? It's going to make it so much easier. So let's take a look at this here and you can see what I'm speaking on, all right? So actually, I'll make it bigger so you can see this here. All right. So for an example, these were all of our social media templates that we had to give out. Right? And that meant that I knew for each one of the social media platforms, I had a specific one to give out for Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, X, YouTube, and so forth. So I didn't have to go rushing and thinking, where should I put it at? I had email templates that I was able to send out. I had graphics that I was able to get. Proper preparation made it so much easier so that I didn't have to worry or think about any of that stuff there. Now I'm going to show you my one on the back end here. Let's bring up my Notion. And I want to make sure I do this so I don't give out any of any personal information. This works for me, my 5 Ps, right? Yes. You want to prepare for these things at nighttime the day before and make sure they're good 2 weeks before, whatever it is, so that way you don't have to worry about it. Thank you so very much. We got this comment coming in from Ms. Kande. Connect with Candy. Make sure you check out Connect with Candy as well. She's great. Thank you so very much. This works for me. My 5 P's. Yes, ma'am. So now here's my run of show, my on air template that I gave out to everyone inside my course. You can get it too as well. I will put it in the link. Make sure everything's there for you. All this is basically a planner. You're planning out your content. You're planning out your episodes. Yes, you're scheduling for recording or going live. You want to make sure you have your thumbnail edited, your title, description. I have scheduled an Ecamm here, but you're gonna schedule it wherever you're gonna go, YouTube, whatever place you're going. Promote on social is a checklist. Then we come down to the tech checklist, right? My gear. This is another hint that I suggest that anyone to use. Go to speedtest.net. It gives you the ability to test your product. And I'll do one live here for you as well right now. So we can go to speed test and it will come up and it will look just like this right here, right? We hit go and you can see it's now going to test. You don't need to know all of these numbers and everything like that. All you need to know is if it's not red and it's not telling you that it's bad, then you're good to go. Right? If it's yellow, green, but the rule of thumb is you generally want to be above 5 megabytes and so forth. And so now it's going and it's testing. Take a second or two, but that lets you know if your computer has enough speed to produce your videos, to produce your lives. Yes, because then it's going to freeze up. It's going to slow down. If you got a lot of things running, it's going to be able to tell you what you need to close and what to do. All right, so we're going to let that run for just a second. All right, so we're at 458. And now my upload speed, and again, I want to be above 5. Most people will be. And let's see. Come on, there. I got 16, I got 17. Can we get 17? Oh, 1629, right? So there goes an example of that right there inside of the Notion that I gave you, right? So you've got so much information here that you should be ready for this. Again, you want to make sure you turn off notification, camera angles, make sure everything's been tested. All these you can read and go over once you get it. Your guest, if you decide to have a guest on, if you're interviewing or bringing someone on to talk with you, make sure that cameras, angles, everything is good. Their lighting is good. Again, if they look bad, your show looks bad. Don't think, oh, I look good and they don't. So you want your guests to look good as well. Down here, I have live. I have everything. It's you can put it out, topic statements, attention getters. You want to make sure everything's written out so that way you're not thinking before my video starts, oh, I have a video, I don't know what to say to get their attention, right? You've planned this out, so now it's just time to hit record. It's time to just start ugly, right? Just hit record. Now all you got to do is read. It's right in front of you. Okay, my attention getter is I want to come with a big bright smile and go, hey, thank you for coming to the video. That's your attention getter, right? It's just something you just wrote it out. That's all. All right, and then it has your after work, right? You post, you get to say what you want to do afterwards. Okay, I have several different ones, and if you downloaded the one that I included in the email, you will get all of these here, right? So here's another one, planning template that you're able to use. I even include a blueprint for podcasting growth. Okay, I think that's in there. But you can use this great. A journal is another great thing where you can write down some of the things you've learned, some of the things you made mistakes on, and improving with inside of this. So if you're sharing this with an associate and you're running something together, they both will be able to see it. Okay. So that's one of the great things that I love about Notion is that one is free, and then two, you get to collaborate with other people to see it, and it's like your own personal assistant, right? So the biggest thing I want to share with you about getting comfortable on camera and looking like a pro is that you need to plan this out. You simply need to just get on Notion, write it down, and say, I want to make a video about blogging. I want to write a video about or make a video about journaling. So what am I going to do? All right. So now I'm going to type it in. I want to make sure I tell these three topics. One, two, and three are the top topics I want to speak about. Use Notion. Write it out. All right. So take a quick moment. Take a look at the pages here. Make sure I have any more comments, any more questions. If you have any more preguntas, después, let me know, por favor. Let me know. All right, let's see. So we're going to get ready to start wrapping up here in just a moment. I want to ensure that I'm getting anything from you all. I'm getting it written down. Let's see. Are we good to go there? Yeah, it looks like we are. All right. Also, just to let you all know as well, we have 2 more days. And on the 30th, on the third day, we're going to be bringing on a Professor Tatiana Rodriguez, who's going to be coming on. She's going to be talking about, she's a professor at, I think it's, I don't want to say the college name. No, I'm going to leave that alone. She's a professor, I'll let her tell you which college, at a prestigious college, and she teaches communication. She teaches how to communicate verbally, non-verbally, on camera as well. So we're going to be getting that professional knowledge as well. So she's going to be coming on the 30th, so that she can explain a little bit more about how she uses it with her students and getting them into the workforce and into the world. I'm telling you, hey, we are bringing you so much content that you can use. You need to share this with the world. If it's not just for you, tell someone else about this, because we're coming back on tomorrow at 12 p.m. and then 7 p.m. as well, because I got so many requests for people asking me. They're like, I can't make this time. Well, now you have this time as well. All right, so you can come and get that. I want to make sure. Oh, ta-da-da-dum. I almost forgot one more thing. That's why I have my Notion in front of me right here. And when I look down, it told me that I need to mention this as well. So let me go and bring this up so you all can see it. I use another app. If you're not using AI, ladies and gentlemen, please do not be afraid of it. Oh, okay. Oh, thank you so very much. Someone just messaged me and said the music was way too loud. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for that. Look at that. I love it, right? We're learning. So I'm going to adjust that. So actually, you know what? Let me adjust that really quick right now. Let me bring that down. And let's make sure that this is all right. So that should be good. I'm gonna let it play for another second. Let me know if it's too loud again. I appreciate that. So I gotta make sure you can hear me. Gotta make sure you can hear me. All right, check that out. All right. So here's what I want you to do. I am about to show you another piece of AI. And I just said to you, do not be afraid of AI. I want you to embrace AI, right? It helps you. You don't have to use it for everything, but I use it tons in my content creation, and it makes things so much simpler for me to get things out effectively. And when they're simple, I get things out more. I get things done easier, right? All right. So I think, yeah, that sounds better, right? All right, cool. Krisp, KRISP.ai. Right? What is Krisp? It is a background supercharge your online meetings with the voice productivity, eliminating background noise, eliminating. Right? I don't know how it works, but it does. They have a free version and a paid version. I don't know if things have changed, but you can get it for free for 1 hour a day. So if you're doing content, it blocks out the lawnmower, the snow blower that's outside or anything like that. Okay. So, and then it focuses all your voice into your microphone so that it's easier and no one else is hearing anything that's around you or anything like that. Okay. So, Krisp AI. I'm not an affiliate for Krisp. You can download them. I don't get paid by them, anything. It's just a software that I use. Matter of fact, I should just contact them and say, hey, let me be an affiliate for you. Right. But I'm not an affiliate for them. I don't get anything from them. So you can definitely use that. All right. So we're about to wrap up right now. If there aren't any more questions or anything else, we're going to go ahead and get this done. I'm going to double check here. So just to let you know, tomorrow we're going to be going over audio and talking some different ways of getting microphones and everything else like that. But I also, since we are still kind of in that holiday season, I just want to let you all know at the end of this, I have a very special offer for anyone who would like to come into the VCA program and academy and learn a little bit more, which you're going to be so thankful when I show you this. I've gotten so many great reviews and people speaking about this. So I want to tell you all to come tomorrow. Come on the 30th to listen to Professor Rodriguez, and we're going to learn so much more. Right. I think that is it, ladies and gentlemen. I've enjoyed this. I've enjoyed seeing the comments and seeing the people react and hearing about all of the things that you're going to be implementing that you may not have known about. I love that, right? All right. So thank you so very much for that. Tomorrow we're going over audio and we're going over posture. So you're going to learn a little bit more about the presence that you want to be on camera. We're going to fine tune it and then get down to it. So make sure you come with your questions about how you can narrow down for your niche of what you're going to be doing your content on, because we're going to be jumping to that on the third day as well. And on the last day, we're going to be talking about, actually, you know what? Since Professor's coming on the 30th, I'm going to move that up till tomorrow. That's what I'm going to do for you. That's what I'm going to do for you. I'm going to turn, that's what I'm going to do for you. All right. Hey, thank you all for taking the time listening. Lion Flood here, your coach. You just don't know it yet. I'm ready to help you scale and show up and show out on screen. Ladies and gentlemen, let's do it together. Hey, live while you're alive. Have a nice night.